My name is Tarach Snodaigh. I am from the northwest of Ireland and my postcode is F91W2X9. And the speeches and monologues I'll be doing for you guys today is the first one will be The Porter from Macbeth by William Shakespeare, and the second one will be Romeo from Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare, and the third one will be playing a character called Shamey from the play One of the Lads, written by Trassa Neelan. She's a local playwright in my town. So yeah, hope you enjoy.
Here's a knocking indeed. If man were porter of Hellgate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock! Who is there in the name of Beelzebub? Here is a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. You come in time, have napkins about you now, here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, who is there in the other devil's name? Faith. Here is an equivocator that could swear on both the scales against either scale, that committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, do come in. Equivocator. Oh, knock, knock, knock! Who's there? Fate! Oh, here is an English tailor. Come hither, for stealing out of a French hose. Oh. Come on in, tailor. Here you may rest your goose. Knock, 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 knock. Knock, knock, never at quiet. But this place is too cold for hell. I will devil portrait no further. I had thought to let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon, I hope you remember the porter. 'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her, but Romeo may not. More validity, more honourable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand, who, even in pure and festal modesty, still blush as thinking their own kisses sin. But Romeo may not. He is banished, and flies may do this, but I from this must fly, and these are free men, but I am banished. And sayest thou yet that exile is not death? Hadst thou no poison mixed, no sharp ground knife, though near so mean, but banished to kill me? Banished. Oh, friar, the damn use that word in hell. Howlings attend it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine and ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, my friend, professed to mangle me with that word? Banished. Here, man, have you ever sat in a room full of friends and hated every single last one of them for not realising that you're drowning? like bro, I wanted to tell someone, I wanted to tell them that I was terrified and not in control. But sure, every time I did, the words would just come out and disappear into something like, I don't know, are we a few shots of Jameson out the back, is it, guys? Or we getting a taxi, or are we walking in? Something like that. I don't even know where we ended up that night, because a few shots of Jameson, and then a bottle of Buckfast, and the saying, Buckfast gets you. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I thought the drink would pause the pain, but all it did was amplify it. And there's me on the precipice of the dance floor, just watching as people throw and wave their hands in the air. Anyways, this girl, high on something, I don't know, it wasn't the music anyway, but she comes up to me and she is begging me to join them just for a dance, and like I consider it, and like I do consider it, and I put out my hand to just like let go, to just fucking let go. But you know how it is, man. This big fella, he comes up to me and he spills his drink down me back. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, bud. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'll make it up for you. I'll buy you another one. Well, I'm fucking sorry, because I am sick of it, and I don't give a shit, because I am sick of all the fucking humiliation, and I am sick of all the shit. And I smash a fucking bottle over that fat cunt's head. I hit him hard. So hard that my nightmares, he doesn't wake up. Anyways, I ran before the Barneses could kick me out, and I run down the street, Pascal Gallons, and I run down the other street, and I run to the bridge, and I just didn't care, and I just didn't think, this is it, just please fucking let me go, just fucking let me fucking go. But these hands, they grab and grip me before I can toss myself off the rail, and they hold me down on the ground. Because I was fighting to die. And eventually, after the violence subsides, I start to beg. Please. 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 Oh, of all the money that here I spent it in good company. Oh, and all the harm that here I've done, alas, it was but none to me. For all I've done, for want of wit, for memory now, I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's me. So, the questions. The pieces. Yeah, okay. So the first piece, the Macbeth one, the porter scene. I chose that piece because I just love doing it. It's so much fun, and I love physical acting, and I love all that and all the bodily movements, and it's a very me piece. It's very fun, and it's very playful, and I love doing this physical comedy. I really find, like, I'm very comfortable in that kind of role. So I picked that, yeah, because, and I also saw a video on YouTube of David Tennant doing a voice recording of it, and his voice was so, like, it was so graunchy, and I don't even know if that's a word, but it was just really, really, like, really in your face, and I loved it. So yeah, that's why I picked that. For the second one, for the Romeo and Juliet one, I picked that one because I wanted to do a Shakespeare play that I really knew, and I did Romeo and Juliet in school, so Romeo and the whole play was like, I knew it very well. So yeah, and I also picked that because I can relate to him, you know. He loves his girlfriend Juliet, and to be fair, so do I. I love my girlfriend. So yeah, and he's a 17, 18-year-old boy, and yeah, it just kind of fits in, you know. Then for the third one, now this is the most impactful one. I picked this one and I played it in a really kind of like non-actorish way, if you get me. I played it as least acting as I could, because it is so, like, not reminiscent, but it speaks to a lot, everything of what I've grown up and what I've seen growing up from a small rural town in Ireland. I remember seeing it when I was around 15 in the local theatre, and it just stuck with me ever since. And I knew that was going to be my contemporary monologue because it is so of where I come from, and like, I see it every night, every Friday night. You go to the pub and you see these characters who are locked in by the confines of a small town attitude, and layered on by loads of drink, and the insecurities that come with it, and it
it's a real insight to where I'm from, and events like these happen, and it's awful. So that's why I picked it. It really means a lot to me. Um, and then the song, yeah, love the song "The Parting Glass." It's a common funeral song at Ireland, and in Ireland. It's really emotive, and yeah. Um, Now, acting experience. I've done loads of amateur and professional plays. One was we toured around the west coast of Ireland in like Kerry, Galway, Sligo, and Leitrim. Um, I did a two-man play called Purgatory by W.B. Yeats, and it was a really interesting dynamic because I was around 14 at the time, and I was the two-man play. I was doing it with a 65-year-old, and we actually had an amazing time, and it was a great. We put on some great performances, and then most recently I have done a play called A Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce, and originally I read it and I was like, don't really like it, but I'll do it anyway. But then I read it again and we started rehearsing, and I really learned to love it. So that's actually my favourite play at the moment. Except for Martin McDonagh's Pillow Man is also excellent. I read that a few weeks ago. I was like, damn, this is good. Also, I in the summer I was cast in a feature film as a side character. It's this tragic feature film called 13 Hours. But so it was cool because the whole film is in it's in a constant motion with the camera, so there's no cuts. So I'm in the scene right before the climax, and me and this other girl had a 2-minute improv scene of walking down a forest road to where the climax happens. And it was really fun doing improv for the whole 2 minutes. That was a great experience. I did a short film in 2020, a few radio plays, all the school plays like Annie and Footloose and Oliver and stuff like that. When I was 10, actually, it's probably my kickstart into my love of acting. When I was 10, I got cast in a voiceover animation series called Bibi and Bella, where I played Bibi, the magical bear, the teddy bear who turns into an actual bear and brings her on loads of magical adventures and stuff. Yeah, so that's most of my acting stuff and experience up to. Oh, actually, National Youth Theatre in the summer. I forgot to mention that. I got accepted into National Youth Theatre in the summer. Not gonna lie, it was a life-changing experience, and it really consolidated what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I remember it was really funny. We were performing our devised piece at the end in the Royal and Derngate Theatre, and all the other devised plays were like kind of like serious and that depth and meaning and loads of lines. Because we only had a week to prepare it, and our one was like me and this other guy doing this, doing this kind of like zombie clowns, and we're like 2 minutes straight. We'd be like, yeah, that was amazing. In a proper stage, being this mad character that I love doing like alien characters and physical acting. But yeah. My other hobbies, I'm in a. Oh, okay, I'm kind of going over. Okay, other hobbies, I'm in a funk band, called Groove Line. We've released an EP and a single, and we've gigged all over the country. I love martial arts, and I love football. I love beatboxing, and I love people. That's the main thing. I just love people, and I know it sounds cliche, but it really means a lot to me. Just people in general, and meeting new people and socializing. So that's me in a nutshell, and yeah, hope to see you soon.